In this lesson, ke tlo bontsha how to convert a terminating decimal into a fraction. But let's understand already what is a terminating decimal. Level this example and this example. This one is a terminating decimal because ke a decimal yellow felela. But this one, it doesn't end. So sometimes you're gonna press a calculator or create this kind of number after a decimal. So this decimal re a non-terminating decimal. Ke decimal yellow felele. So in this lesson, ke tlo bontsha how to convert a terminating decimal into a fraction. So let's get started. Re na le some two important steps. So step number 1, re lebella after a decimal gore na le di number tše kae. Ga o ka lebella after a decimal re na le number j2, which is 4 and 5. So from this step, re tšea this number after a decimal, re tšea the way le ka gona. So it's 45. And then always re tšea this number, re divide ka 10 to the exponent something. So that thing ke this number. If after a decimal re na le the number j2, this means re tlo 10 to the power 2. But if re na le the number j3, re tlo 10 to the power 3. Ga re ka ba le number ye 1, re tlo 10 to the power 1. So in this case, re na le number j2. 10 squared is 100. And so this is our answer. But in your test, actually, ba nyaka gore answer ra gago in a simplified form. So really in this way, it's not simplified. But 45, it's on a 9 times 5. And then 100, ele 20 times 5. Kore ke tšere this 45, ka breaker ke šomiša di factors tša yona. Ka tšea 100 ka breaker ke šomiša di factors tša yona. But ke try gore ka godimo le ka fase ke be le di number tša go swana somewhere gore di kgone go cancela, because re tseba re ge o na le a fraction, if nomoro ka godimo le ka fase di tshwana, this means they are cancelana. And then now this 5 and this 5, they are cancel. So this means our answer is 9 over 20. And then in this way, it's simplified. But let's say if go test o ga kanega go simplify, maybe o na le a number ile re confuse somewhere somehow. So all that you can do after this step, just this number we press a calculator. Ga o ka 45 divided by 100, it will find 9 over 20. Because ba marka this step and this step. Ge wena o ka ngwala this step, wa latela ka this step, it doesn't mean gore o kry marks for this step. So this step ke sa gone gore kgone tseba gore re simplify bjang. But I just mean like if o ka confused wa palla go simplify. So o pressa this number calculator, it will fa 9 over 20, and then it will create full marks. So anyway, that's it for this example. Now I level this example. So this example and this example ga di tshwane. Ga o ka lebela this one, re thoma ka mathomong a se 0, but this one ka mathomong ke 0. So go na le a small change, but everything is the same. Every time ge o solve a decimal ya gago e le gore ka mathomong ga ine 0, so e ka ba any number 1, 2, 3, 4, but for as long as it is 0, so re tlo follow this process. A re lebelle gore after a decimal re na le number tše kae, re na le number j2, so re tlo šomiša the same thing e re tsebao, re na le number j2. And then after this step, re tšea this number the way le ka gona, which is 25, and then I divide I got 10 to the power this number. because after a decimal re na le number tše 2. And then o lebelela gore before a decimal o na le bokae. So in this case re na le 2, so o tšea this number o engwala the way le ka gona. If e be re na le 3 o bo tlo ngwala 3, if e be re na le 4 o bo tlo ngwala 4. So kore actually ge go na le a terminating decimal ye le gore ga e thome ka 0, re change our fraction into a mixed fraction. So this fraction is a mixed fraction. Every time ge go na le a fraction ye le gore na le a number ka mathomo, so this fraction re bitša gore ke a mixed fraction. And so from this step re tlo follow the same thing here is about 10 squared is 100. And so 25 divided by 100 is not simplified because always we try to simplify our answer. So auto simplify 25. 25 nka ngwala as 5 times 5. And then 100 nka ngwala as 20 times 5. Because ke nyaka gore at least ka godimo le ka fase ke be le di number tša cancel. So in this case 5 and 5 cancel. So this number how we change all the way o ngwala the way le ka gona 5 over 2. I mean to say 5 over 20. And then 5 over 20 o ka gona we simplify gape. So because it's not that simplified, so 5 over 20 is 1 times 5, and then 20 it's 4 times 5, and so 5 and 5 cancel. So final answer is this one. So this is our final answer. In this way, a mixed fraction, and then it's in a simplified form. But remember, if o ka palela go simplify, just this step, press this number ka calculator. 25 divided by 100, you offer 1 over 4. And so this step, consider this step and this step. So make sure always simplify your answer. And so that's it for this problem.